Ryan Campbell, and today I'm going to walk you through how the digestive system works. Let's start off with the definition of what exactly digestion is. It's the process of breaking down food you eat so your body can use the nutrients found in your food. Now that that is out of the way, let's take a closer look at the diagram on your screen. As you can see, this is the human digestive system up close. This diagram is a great example of one of the themes in biology: big things are made of little things. The digestive system seems like one big thing at first. However, you will soon learn that it's made up of many smaller parts. Another example of this theme can be seen through the food that travels through your digestive system. Let's use bread as an example. This may blow your mind at first, but when you're eating bread, you're actually consuming DNA. This is because bread, a carbohydrate, is made of wheat, and wheat is a plant, which we know from previous lessons contains DNA. Bread is an example of how one or many of the four macromolecules can be found in the food you eat. These macromolecules are all broken down into monomers by enzymes. This system also relates to the mission statements and core values, so to say, of the theme living things are complex. The body's mission statement is to do everything possible to survive, which is clearly illustrated throughout this system. Also, teamwork can be seen in the system because of different parts of your body that work together in the system to break down your food. So, why is all this important? Well, this is your body. You should know how you work. One more thing to keep in mind before we start is that the digestive system is inside your body, yet it's a completely isolated system. So it's almost like it's outside of you at the same time. Alright, so your digestive system is broken up into 6 different parts. Number 1, mouth. 2, pharynx or throat. 3, esophagus. 4, stomach. 5, small intestine. And 6, large intestine. The first stop on the digestive journey is the mouth. However, the digestive system starts working before you even put food in your mouth. At the sight or smell of food, your mouth begins to salivate, which is a type of chemical digestion. Once you put the food in your mouth, you produce more saliva, which works to break down your food. Physical digestion is using your teeth and tongue to break up your food even more by using energy. This brings us to another theme in biology: energy is essential to life. You must put in work in order to avoid entropy, which in this case is your body malfunctioning or shutting down because of the lack of food or nutrients you are receiving. Anyways, physical and chemical digestion combined creates what I like to call the boulder effect. Think of food as the boulder. A boulder starts out as one whole, and over time is broken down by physical and chemical means and creates a rubble, just like food is in your mouth. The next stop on your journey is the pharynx, otherwise known as the throat. During this stage, spit continues to break down your food. While traveling through the pharynx, the food passes by the epiglottis, a flap of muscle over your windpipe that closes when you swallow food to keep food out of the windpipe. Think of it like a traffic detour. A road is blocked off so cars have to go a different way to avoid an accident. Next up is the esophagus. A wave-like motion where muscles contract is known as peristalsis. This is what moves your food through your esophagus and will continue to move your food throughout the whole journey. It is very important. Once reaching the bottom of the esophagus, the food passes through ring-shaped muscles known as a sphincter. Think of it as a door that keeps something where it's supposed to be before it's ready to move on. Ever have heartburn? Well, this is because your sphincter muscles aren't working right, and let the acids from your stomach come up into your esophagus, causing that uncomfortable feeling. The stomach is the 4th stop. It is a J-shaped pouch that produces gastric juices. Acids such as hydrochloric acid with a pH as low as 1.5 are included along with pepsin, an enzyme that breaks down proteins. Gastric juices are important because they work to break up the polymers in your food into monomers such as amino acid and sugar. So how does an acid with a pH of 1.5 not burn right through your stomach walls? while your stomach also produces mucus to protect from those harmful gastric juices. However, when this malfunctions, that is what creates ulcers. After passing through your stomach and another set of sphincter muscles, what is left over is known as chyme. The small intestine gets its name from its small diameter. Its surface area is actually bigger than the large intestine. In this stage, 3 organs assist the digestion process, but the chyme never actually passes through them. The first is the liver, which secretes bile that works to break down fats found in chyme. Next up is the gallbladder, which helps break down fats as well. Finally is the pancreas, which secretes digestive enzymes to aid overall digestion. There are 3 sections in the small intestine. The first is the duodenum, where a lot of the breaking down occurs. The second section is known as jejunum, and the third ileum. In both of these sections, nutrients are absorbed through what are called the villi, small folds throughout these sections in the small intestine. Nutrients are then carried into the bloodstream where they can be used by the body. The large intestine is up next, but before entering the large intestine, the chyme has to go through another set of sphincters. The large intestine gets its name because of its large diameter. However, it has a relatively small surface area compared to the small intestine. Another interesting fact about this large intestine is that this is where the food spends the majority of the time when it is in your body. The large intestine has 3 sections: cecum, colon, and rectum. All of these sections work to remove excess water. Think of it like a Ziploc baggie and the air being squeezed out of it. Instead of air, it's water. After making its way through the first 2 sections, the excess waste that cannot be used in your body sits and waits in the rectum until it can exit through the anus. Congratulations, you made it through the whole digestive system. Before we go, I'd like to share a few fun facts that relate to your life. First up is the myth. Everybody's heard at one time or another that flies throw up, but why? What they're actually doing is throwing up enzymes on their food, so it breaks down before they can slurp it up, because they have no teeth. Finally, did you know that you can't survive solely on celery? This is because eating and breaking up celery takes up way more energy than it does actually produce, and because of this, it would starve you over time.